we talked about screencasts, and here's one for you. This is just a reminder on how to get to the Smart Notebook and start to compile some things in your content. So the icon here, Smart Notebook 10, that's where you want to go to open up the Smart Notebook, and you should get a blank page. We'll talk a little bit next week about all the different things up here that we can use. Feel free to kind of mess around with it and try some things out if you're unfamiliar with them. But what I want you to do now is go over here and click on this window, and we get these different folders. So my content, yours is probably empty right now, but we want to try and fill that up a little bit. Um, I suggest going to Gallery Essentials, and you can look in different categories, but it doesn't hurt to look in the big categories here. Uh, that way you can look at everything. Um, so you can look through pictures a little bit, see if there are any pictures in here that you might use, something that you could possibly use in a lesson. Feel free to save that. I don't have too many pictures that I have saved. What I usually do is the interactive multimedia things. So this is where you want to look for different things that might be helpful in your lessons in your classroom. So as I scroll through here, trying to find a decent one to show you. Here, these buttons right here. These are buttons. If I click this, double click it, it'll come onto my screen. And what it'll do, this one goes to the next page. This arrow up here also does that. Well, I'm gonna add a page real quick here and go back. But this button on my screen does the same thing. It'll jump from the first page to the next page. If I go ahead and put this button on this page, that'll bring me back to the last one. So it's just another way to have it on your screen instead of having it up here. Um, so if this is something you think you might use, what you could do is go to this little arrow, click. We could insert it in a notebook like that, or the double clicking that we used. But what I want you to do now is add to my content. Now, yours isn't going to have all these things yet, but once you add it to your content, it's going to add in here. So it's going to be easier for you to find instead of searching through all of those things in the folder. Um, these are a few of the different things that I have, and I'll make a list for you and show you some of the things that I have saved to my content that might be helpful for you. But remember, all you have to do, find something you like, click, and add to my content. So part of your homework this week is to try and find as many things as you can that might be helpful for you in the Smart Notebook.